Welcome to Blowing Solutions Wide Open, where we're talking about all things spiritual, as well as creating new systems in the area of healthcare, finance, government, education, new environmental practices, and anything that helps the planet or helps humanity. My name is Addie Halkin. If you think that you have ideas or things to share in any of those areas, please feel free to email me at blowingsolutionswideopen@gmail.com, or you can type the word guest in the comment section of this video, and I'd be happy to get back with you and potentially have you come on here and share with people what you know. Also, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content or you have an interest in getting alternative information out to more people. Today, I want to talk about some of the changes that I'm starting to see or some of the ideas that are out there that I think are helpful to our evolution right now. As you may or may not know, most likely you do on some level, we're going through a huge shift on this planet. The way that I often see it in my mind's eye is that it's like underneath the earth, it's bubbling up and roots are being pulled out and secrets are being exposed, and it's just a really weird but transformative time right now. And so one of the things that I think is happening is that a lot of like old things are starting to crash, and that's in order for the new to be built up. And so anyway, this stuff I'm going to talk about is like, things that I think will help with the new earth coming forward. This is small. One of the things that I'm seeing online right now is that I'm seeing these groups pop up, and they're called Buy Nothing groups. And basically, they're a group that you join, and people in your geographical area. And if you have things that you don't want anymore, you just post up a picture, and anybody in the group can kind of comment and say, "Oh, I'd like to have that." And so no money is exchanged. It's really not much different than if you go on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or Nextdoor or any of those platforms and hop on under the free section. Same kind of concept, but I like it. I think it's a good concept. I think that it encourages people to recycle. So you keep stuff out of the landfill. It also encourages you to not direct your finances towards these big corporations. I'm not here to say that we should get rid of all corporations or we don't need places to shop. We do. But in regards to corporations, obviously those who are kind of in charge of these things or own these things, most of them don't really care too much about humanity. And so as a balancing act, I think the more that we can kind of take our purchasing power away, um, if for anything, we kind of encourage them to have to drop their prices. Some of them may not make it, but I do think that's part of the evolution of what we're going through, is to balance out, this massive, only certain people have wealth and only certain people have control. And so this is just kind of a small thing you can do. Anything you can do around bartering and trading or buying used or picking things up for free, I think is helpful. And so that's a little one. Another thing that I'm seeing happen is that people are kind of building these private communities. So, for example, one or more people may have purchased like a pretty good plot of land, and then they're inviting people to come in and basically live on that land with them and participate by either, like for example, one person might be a builder, one person might be an accountant. There may be, several people tending or more tending to the agriculture, but basically it's, living on land, being less reliant on the systems on the planet, if not completely off the grid. I don't know. Some of them maybe. And just kind of doing life like that. And this is not a new concept either. Certainly, you can look at the Amish, and they are, pretty self-sufficient. They're doing just that. They've been doing just that since as long as I think they've been around. And there's groups all over doing that, but I don't think there's a lot of groups doing that. And so what I'm starting to see is more and more people coming together saying, yeah, that's kind of the life I want. I want more nature, and I want more healthy, grown foods, and I want clean air, and you know, I don't want to be a slave to the system anymore. And so that's a pretty cool thing I'm seeing. This next thing, I think I might have come up with this. I don't know. So I was watching the documentary called The Need to Grow, and there's a man in that documentary named Michael Smith, and this guy is a genius. He's very scientific. He's very good-natured, and he back sometime in the 2000s, he built what was called a biodome. And then he put like he grew all kinds of agriculture in that biodome. He had like a whole system. I mean, this guy had studied nature so intensely that he understood the true circle of nature, and so he was able to not just mimic it, but he was able to speed it up dramatically. By not, all natural things. It wasn't like he used any kind of man-made anything. He just was able to work his magic. I don't know exactly how he did. I know that he used not chemical, the product called biochar, and I know that was a big contributing factor to growing his crops fast and really healthily. I believe there was something in there about the fact that he could do in 4 to 5 days what nature would take 200 years to do. Don't quote me on the numbers, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And so, pretty cool stuff. The other thing about the biodome that he built is that it was able to power 100 homes with clean energy. So the thing was incredible. It was a true powerhouse. And it was, I believe he was in Montana. And in this documentary, though, I think it was in 2015, unfortunately, the thing went up in smoke one night. Um, Michael Smith is very logically minded, very scientifically minded. He doesn't like to get into conspiracies, but he even had to admit that when he went and kind of really inspected the whole situation, things weren't adding up. People had seen men in the fields, you know, right before the fire happened. And so, very, very good chance he was sabotaged because he was really a huge threat to some of these industries. But anyway, what can you do? I do think he's built another one. I don't know how far along he is with that. The only place I can find Michael Smith right now is LinkedIn, but this guy is pretty impressive. And so, after I watched that documentary of what he had done, I was watching a podcast of a friend of mine, and she has like, people on that have paranormal stories or spiritual stories. And she had this woman on who was from another country, very nice woman. And this woman was talking about how she's had like she sees visions and she's seen them since she was a kid. And she was talking about one of the first visions that she had when she was a kid was that she saw people in the future living in biodomes. And so, as I heard that, I went, whoa, I had just watched that documentary and I thought, well, maybe that's how it's going to be. I don't know. But that could be kind of a solution to a lot of the problems we're having on this planet right now is people really coming together in these small communities and finding, better ways and really reconnecting with nature because nature knows what to do. Um, you know, we can clean all this crap up if we really start working with nature again. So, the other thing that I have heard a lot about, but I don't personally know details on this, is there's something called, I think it's either zero chase energy or zero something energy. And it's people that have discovered a way for us as a humanity to have access to energy that's free. And I don't know how it works. Obviously, it hasn't reached, the mainstream enough for most people to really know about it. But I really hope that's in the works. That would be incredible. Um, I truly believe that we are not supposed to be slaves to the system. And so, anyway, those are just some of the things I'm seeing right now. If you have ideas around creating new systems, doesn't just have to be environmental stuff. I'd love to hear about it. That's what this channel is about. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll catch you on another video. Take care, guys.